Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple XRP, Cardano ADA, and a little bit about Bitcoin. I'm back guys, and we're giving away $50 worth of crypto, and all you have to do to enter is press the like button on this video and comment something down below, and if we hit 300 likes, we're going to be giving it away, so make sure you go ahead and do that. First article of today is XRP's rising tide likely to face a hurdle with formation of descending triangle. And talking about the price in this triangle here, we've definitely been seeing some constant action within the crypto space for the last couple of days, with XRP going minus 15% on the month, minus 4% on the week, which is actually quite good, minus 0.7% on the daily, and minus 0.5% on the hourly. Now, hourly here is actually most interesting out of all of these, since on an hourly basis we've been doing really quite bad, but since it is only 0.6% in the minus, there's actually not that much to be said, or 0.5 even, 0.4, since it's really quite close to Bitcoin, and if we're comparing it, there's not too much of a difference in there, and so I don't want you guys to draw any strange conclusions. Also, looking at it from a daily or weekly basis, we're not that far off from Bitcoin. Even I would say that we're on the more positive side in terms of altcoin movement. Yeah, we're doing pretty okay in comparison to what regular is for altcoins, like what their moves are right now. On a monthly basis, though, we're not doing too good. Going minus 15%, and here in the chart, it's also pretty seeable, or you can see pretty easily that we're doing almost the opposite of what Bitcoin is doing. It's not that strange, as it is quite expected, but still, it is not exactly what we would like or what we expect/want, and that is again where kind of the confusion and the sadness comes into all of this. Now, for 2019, really it's been kind of a crazy year, and also if we compare it to different years for XRP, it's the first ever year after year where the all-time low of the year, or the yearly low, is lower than the year before. This is the first year ever that has actually happened, and it does not concern me in the literal sense, but it's just kind of a little bit of a letdown. I would have just liked it if it was not the case, but again, it's not a big deal. Here they're just talking about some random, easy, so to speak, TA, and yeah, not that much new, nothing that you have to talk about, but this point might be a little bit important. The coin's all-time high peaked at $3.5 during the end of the bull run in January 2018, after which it nosedived to like 63 cents, so a nosedive by 83%. The coin has not yet tested this range and has been forming new supports at a lower price range. Even the short-term charts do not bear any good news, as bears' looming presence can be sensed through many short-term charts. Yeah, pretty much so. Here's the 4-hour chart. It looks pretty downwards. Again, guys, you know I'm positive about Ripple and XRP. I'm always positive about the formation, about how they're doing, what I'm planning for them. But in terms of price, we're always realistic, always telling you guys exactly what we expect. And if you're more so talking about the financial side, you want to know some stuff about, real investing and all of that, make sure you check out my second channel called Dusty Finance. I have some very cool videos on here, more so related to traditional finance rather than cryptocurrency, where I'm talking about some different stuff. But I recommend you guys all to go ahead and check that out as well. Ripple executive claims blockchain industry faces dire workforce shortage. The blockchain industry has been facing a meteoric phase of growth over the past several years, and it appears that the demand for those who are well-versed in the blockchain tech has exceeded the supply of skilled workers. One executive at blockchain-focused fintech Ripple is now explaining that this labor shortage stems in part from a lack of blockchain-related educational courses at universities. And bam, we know one thing that they're doing. They are, again, we're talking about Ripple, they're already funding this research. They're already trying to help out as much as they can in different countries, really focusing on growth in this industry. So again, we're talking about education in blockchain and the tech surrounding it. We're talking about all of that they're working on, that they're focusing on, and that they're getting done. Massive workforce shortage plagues blockchain industry. Ken Weber, who is Ripple's head of social impact, addressed how he views the current state of blockchain industry in a recent post on Open Access Government titled Closing the Blockchain Skills Gap. In this post, the first problem that Weber identifies is a massive workforce shortage, citing a report that shows that there has been a 517% increase in demand for engineers with knowledge of blockchain technology, a demand that he claims has largely gone unfilled. But the issue is that the demand is far outweighing the supply, because just 11% of UK businesses expect to employ an adequate number of technology professionals this year, and the number of companies that can recruit the right blockchain professionals is even lower than that, he explained. He further explained as well that the need for workers well-versed in DLT technology extends far past just software engineers, as companies need to fill non-technical roles with senior employees who can make decisions involving the application of blockchain to business objectives. So while you're wondering most likely, like, what is the solution to all of this? Well, first of all, we've already been seeing what Ripple is doing here. But yes, it is that changes to the educational system could drive a change that results in a more robust blockchain workforce. And again, there are actually many changes that could be going with this, and I don't want to go too much into detail into what these changes entail and what I would like to change in the educational system, or what he expects or wants to change, because we know for a fact that changes in education take a very long time. It's a lot of bureaucracy, it's a lot of no, or they don't want to change it, or nobody really cares, or there's a lot of different factors that go into play there. But since I know for a fact that it's very hard for any individual to play a role in educational systems, except for these streams like YouTube, or maybe with Coil and free learning online, and even paid learning online, that does not have to do with the official school way or university way, it can be very, very simple to change those. And guess like YouTube's pretty easy, but in terms of university or college and things like that, it's all very difficult for them to adapt something. And the only way you can really get them to do something that you like is to pay them a lot of money to kind of incentivize their students to do something, or anything along those lines. But in a literal sense, as an individual, it's very hard to make a difference over all of this. Ripple price analysis: could XRP's recent sideways action culminate in a powerful move? And it's a question that I see quite often, yet the answer most of the time is like, sure, but it probably will not do that. All right. And here again, in the literal sense, I'm pretty confident that there's not going to be any of these big moves that you're seeing some people write about just right now. We're hoping for it all the time. And again, let's pray, right? Let's hope for the best. But this sideways movement does not indicate in any way, again, according to me, to a big price increase. We're hoping for it, and it could happen. Again, like they've been telling us in some different articles as well, it could. But if you're hoping for it in a more direct way, like you're waiting for it to happen, and you're expecting it to happen, you're most likely in the wrong end, as it's literally just going down, and there's no big support. Like, there's nothing really waiting for it to turn around. And again, that's where we're waiting for some of these bigger crypto general moves to come into play. But again, I've been out of the crypto space for a couple of days here. I really have to get back into it. I've been reading for a couple of hours here, but I want to get back into it a couple of days here, talk for you guys from the ground up and see what's been happening to XRP over the days, and do it on a day-to-day basis so I can better inform you guys on all of this. For right now, I think it's cool, and we're going to leave that off. Price analysis wise though, and should I buy, should I sell? I would say just stick to your gut for right now. Stick to your own feelings, since it's a very difficult question for me to answer at this point. I'm personally not doing anything, so I would not know where to advise you guys towards. If you want to talk with some other cool traders in the crypto space, make sure you go ahead and check out my Facebook group. I have a link for that in the description below. You can just go ahead and check that out. XRP at a strong buy level in August of 2019. It is no secret that XRP is our favorite cryptocurrency in the altcoin space, and I kind of like that, yet I also found that one of the reasons why I couldn't take this article too seriously. They started their article by saying it's no secret that XRP is their favorite cryptocurrency in the altcoin space. I like that, but also, why would you start your article off like that? Hey, they're like staying sort of like, hey, this is our favorite coin. I cannot take your whole article as seriously then if you're talking about a strong buy level, because I find it too subjective. Like, they've just said exactly from the beginning it's our favorite crypto, and then they're saying, hey, there's a strong buy. It is not as objective as they could have been by saying, just a little bit of a story about XRP, kind of a introduction story here in the first part, and then afterwards, talk a little bit more in depth about, yeah, it's our favorite cryptocurrency. We're thinking it's going to do this, that. But they start off with, yeah, it's our favorite cryptocurrency. You should buy it right now. It's a strong buy level, right? It just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to for them to go ahead and say that. Again, that's kind of why I stayed away from it. But if we do take it from a more objective point of view, so we're going to take it seriously and you read through it, you find there's not really any major catalyst waiting for them so bad. That's going to pull them up towards the moon. Two things that I could personally find. One is that the situation about XRP being a security is going to be settled sometime soon, once and forever. And also, there's still chances that BTC is going to take a run. And as we know, and as we've seen before, if BTC does go on that beloved run that we are all expecting and hoping for, yes, then XRP is also going to reap those benefits. And that is just facts. I cannot go around that. That will happen. The question is just when and how big of a move BTC is going to make. Talk about BTC though. Owning one Bitcoin makes you 3 over 1,000 richest in the world. That's by ZZ from Binance. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Bitcoin, the largest crypto market cap, gets famous as each day passes, and its maximalists have not relented in campaigning in order to push for its adoption. Sometimes the campaigning comes with overblown hype, with some are reckless in it, while others see it as needful. In this regard, the recent hype of Bitcoin economical capability came from the founder and CEO of Binance, CZ, as he claimed that owning one BTC makes the holder 3 over 1,000 richest in the world. That's kind of crazy, all right? I mean, it's $10,000 that we're talking about right then. Makes you 3 over 1,000 richest in the world. I don't even know that. I don't know how it works though. Like, I don't know exactly how and when that is. The quantity of Bitcoin available for approximately 7 billion people in the world is 21,000 BTC. I don't know how they came to 21,000. It's 21 million, but okay. There is possibility for more adopters in the nearest future, which would cause scarcity and aid the digital currency to notably add more values in the long run. At present time, BTC is trading at 10,000 with about 1% price increase in the last 24 hours. Well, CZ believes that owning one BTC makes you the holder 3,000th richest person in the world. So 3 out of 1,000. Changpeng Zhao, again CZ, the founder of Binance, who also founded Binance Coin, is obviously a fan of Bitcoin, but his support for BTC adoption can be attributed to the teeming customers that trade the crypto on his exchange. And again, he thinks this way. If you own one BTC, you're mathematically guaranteed to be top 3 out of 1,000 richest in the world in BTC terms, because you're 21 million out of 7 billion. Again, that's where he kind of relates it towards, and I get that. I don't know how much value you should add to it, because of course with XRP you can also put up the same equation for yourself. Like, how many coins are there out there right now? There are 43 billion. And just divided by the amount of people in the world. Do a little bit of a calculation right there. You got yourself your same numbers. It's not that crazy. Again, it will most likely be a little bit different, because in this case the amount of coins is smaller in terms of BTC, and in terms of XRP the amount of coins is higher. So it's going to be a little bit of a different equation, but it will still route to the same thing, because in this case you're talking about one BTC. But in this case, you can put this number up, which stands for 1 BTC each person, 7 billion times, to like maybe let's say 100 XRP or 1,000 XRP per person, because that is also pretty achievable, or 10,000 XRP per person, or 30,000 XRP per person if you want to compare it to BTC. That would also make you 1% of the world. Let's go on with BTC for a little bit. Bitcoin, what could one BTC be worth after mass adoption? If you really look for these articles to evaluate it, and you're looking for like people to confirm how much it's going to be worth or anything along those lines, you're on the wrong tree, right? You're looking wrong, because there's nobody in this world who's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And for another fact is that there's nobody really who knows how high this coin can go. There's nobody who really knows how it's going to be moving over a longer period of time. I mean, general moves might be able to be predicted, all right? Even though I would personally also find that a very difficult thing to project it over, a couple of years, there might be people who are able to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's a secret formula that they found after a couple of years of researching. That's again completely possible that they found something like that. Well, one thing I am quite aware of though is that they might know some macro moves, but the minor moves they probably won't know. And again, if you hold them for a couple of years, you'll probably be in profit. But even without knowing their knowledge, you kind of intuitively feel like if you do hold this coin for a couple of years, you'll be in profit. But it's more so about taking these smaller moves, making some money on the side there, making some money while a little goes, instead of just waiting for a couple of years for the big money to come in. He says here, or Charlie Shrem it is, he says, it's insane how little Bitcoin is actually in circulation. A little under 18 million coins. Think about how few that is. That's not even enough for every citizen of Cairo to just have one of them. All you need is one, and that will be life-changing. Well, in theory, again, it will be life-changing to have 0.1. It depends on what you find life-changing, how much you're dealing with right now, how much you want to have all those things. They make a pretty big difference in all of this, in all the situation. What I find cool, though, is that I remember very, very well when we hit 17 million. We were talking about it in a video. It's almost 18 million now, BTC in circulation. So it's really going quick, guys. Time flies. It's really insane. Cardano on upward trend. Can it reach 10 cents soon? Again, also, if you're talking about this, you're waiting for this, you're expecting all this, you're again looking at the wrong tree. Cardano is a coin you should really not be seeing too much for the price, especially not on such a shorter term. I would really recommend against that. I personally really do not like people who comment about the Cardano price. It is one of the coins that I really do not attach any value in terms of price. I really attach value to the value that they create and the value that they promise to give, because it's also kind of a little bit of faith that you're putting into the coin. With Cardano, plan is good, execution is good, speed not too good, but again, that's something that they're working on. That's something that they have to prove themselves with. We're going to be checking that out, but in terms of price, don't worry about that one too much. Don't sit into it too much, as in I don't expect it to go on a big run anytime soon. But hey guys, that is just my opinion on these coins. If you have anything else to say, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button right now, because I really do appreciate all you guys' feedback. And again, if you have any questions, comment it down below. Make sure you press the like button. Also, if you want my notifications or anything like that, make sure you press the notification bell right this second, as it can be very beneficial for you guys to all get the notification whenever you upload news, as again, that might influence your decisions. This is not financial advice, though, purely for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you check out Facebook, make sure you check out Dusty Finance. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.